Okay, at this time, if everybody could please stand, the Northeast Du Bois Band, under the direction of Mr. David Fox, will play the national anthem. Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Chen. I am our principal. I'd like to welcome you to Northeast Du Bois Junior Senior High School, where we can recognize and honor the class of 2025. If you have not done so already, I'd like to ask you to silence your cell phones so we can focus the attention on our students. Please join me in welcoming the members of our Northeast Du Bois County School Corporation School Board. Mr. Kelly Canese, Mr. Brandon Sheppers, Mr. Sean Dooley, Mr. Billy Harris, Ms. Jan Dodd, and also present behind me is our superintendent, Dr. Tara Rashi, and Ms. Tracy Gutzel, our assistant principal. At this time, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Senior Class Secretary, Nigel Treader.
Good afternoon. My name is Nigel Treader, and I, along with all of my classmates, would like to welcome you all to the 2025 Northeast Du Bois Graduation Commencement. Thank you for being here to celebrate all of the academic, athletic, and personal achievements our class has made. Today, we work to celebrate the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Together, let us applaud our graduates and extend our heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of them. Thank you for being here today, full of support and love as we start the next chapter of our lives.
Thank you, Nigel. At this time, let's introduce our second speaker, the 2025 Senior Class President, Mackenzie Bukta.
A famous explorer named Edmund Hillary once said, "It's not the mountains we conquer, but ourselves." Each day, we will find our own mountains to climb, some harder than the next. Through these mountains, we will learn our most important life lessons and overcome personal limitations. Throughout the past 12 years, we've learned important lessons for life. We've survived remote learning, hybrid classes, the rise of social media, senior assassin, well at least Devin Roach did, pre-prom get-together with minor injuries and a few stitches, memorizing the lines of our senior play for the most part, and so much more. Building farm scenes at the Celestine Elementary tennis courts taught us to be diligent in our work. Selling and buying Jolly Ranchers out of the middle school lockers taught us that nothing comes cheap or free. Getting married to each other and hosting weddings on the softball field taught us the importance of true love from a young age. We also learned that when playing kickball, it's important not to kick the ball towards the road, or you might hear your last name being screamed down the hallway later that day. Each of these memories in time have become important events that have shaped us into the young individuals we are today. Thankfully, between the 64 of us, we've created a strong enough support system to overcome any challenges we face. As we grow in the next chapters of our lives, we will encounter failure and challenges along the way. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing, Helen Keller quoted. You get to choose your path. You get to choose your life. Whether you become a doctor, therapist, veterinarian, pilot, or whatever else you decide, pursue it with integrity. Pursue it with passion. Pursue it with resilience, because you'll need it. No one ever said it was going to be easy, and that's because it won't be. Choose something you love and are passionate about. You'll be doing it the rest of your life. Steve Jobs once said, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." You're writing your own story, so make it a good one. You may not always choose the right path, but every story has bad chapters and disappointments. Learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. Appreciate the small successes and little things in life. As we conclude the first 12 chapters of our stories today, I hope each one of us prosper at every opportunity and strive for personal success. And when we get to where we're headed in life, don't forget to turn around and thank the people who provided you with the knowledge and skills to get there. Thank your teachers who formed you into intelligent young individuals. Thank your coaches who pushed you to be the very best versions of yourself. Thank your parents, guardians, and families for being your unwavering support systems. Thank your friends for being a shoulder to cry on and your best laugh. Henry Adams tells us, "A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops." No matter who our teachers have been, they have been pivotal to our childhood, harboring the push for personal and academic success every single day. Although we might all never sit in the same room together again, I hope that the friendships and memories made over the past 12 years will keep us in touch for many years to come. In the horizon is college, work, marriage, homes, and families of our own. I hope we continue to be in each other's next chapters of our storybooks. I hope our chapters are filled with happiness, success, and love. And with that, class of 2025, happy graduation.
Great job, Mackenzie. Thank you for your service to the class of 2025. Next, the Northeast Du Bois Band will perform the song Fly Away Home. Senior band member is Leah Clawwitter, and senior choir member is Blake Ledlow. It is now my privilege to introduce Bella Beckman, Emma Mitchell, Cassidy Riker, and Maya Ziegler. These four will come up and give our Law Day speeches.
Hello, class of 2025. Welcome to the day that we always knew was coming, but never anticipated arriving so soon. 12 years. That is equivalent to 4,380 days. The days may have been long, but the years sure were short. Looking back today, I vividly remember my elementary, middle, and even high school self saying the phrase, "I will be so happy when I graduate." Can I see a raise of hands from my classmates? How many of you said the same phrase? Don't be shy. Happiness is a word that means a million different things to a million different people. Oftentimes we find ourselves ambitious for that one thing that we have set to make us happy. I will be happy when I win a championship title in my sport. Or I will be happy when I pass this really hard class. Or like myself and many of the other graduates here, I will be so happy when I graduate. These phrases we have recited over and over again in our high school career all have one thing in common. They share the key words, "I will be so happy when." I'm here today to tell you, though, that there is never a perfect time to feel a certain way or to do a certain thing. There's a quote from the popular television comedy, The Office, that says, "I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before you have actually left them." Some of you may have heard this as the intro to our senior video. This quote resonates with us in this moment as we sit here for the last time together. And I cannot help but to think, maybe we wished our time away a little too soon with the phrase, "I will be so happy when I graduate." However, instead of being sad, view this as an opportunity. You may have noticed before that life is two-sided. Hate has 4 letters, but so does love. Enemies has 7 letters, but so does friends. Lying has 5 letters, but so does truth. Failure has 7 letters, but so does success. And cry has 3 letters, but so does joy. And we have the power to choose the better side of it. And while goodbyes are bittersweet, I promise this is not the end. This is simply just the start of something new. There's a quote that says, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." I think this quote applies perfectly to one word, seniors. This is a word we've looked forward to over the last 4 years. Over the last 4 years, we've faced challenges like no other. We survived early mornings, late nights, hardships, and for Gavin, getting TP'd. I think it's safe to say you can take those cameras down now. We've gone on many Walmart and ice cream runs and have sat around many campfires. Through these experiences, we've grown tremendously. Who we are today is a result of all the days and journeys that came to an end. One of the best pieces of advice I've gotten is to believe in yourself. I remember being told this and thinking, but I do. I slowly realized that maybe I didn't. Believing in yourself is more than knowing your abilities. Believing in yourself is about trusting yourself, the knowledge that you have, and that everything you've been through has prepared you for this moment. In the months to come, you will be tested. You will go through life and wonder how we were supposed to prepare for this. The truth is, you weren't made to be prepared for every battle in life. There's going to come a day when you won't know what to do. When you get to these moments, remember this: believe in yourself. We've made amazing progress, but our next beginning looks a little different for all of us. Many of our paths will not intertwine daily anymore. We are all setting off on our own adventures to do great things. But one thing is for certain, we will always be the Northeast DuBois class of 2025.
As we begin a whole new chapter of life, let's not forget the story that it took to get here. We struggled, we laughed, we cried, we procrastinated, probably a little too much, but here we are. First of all, I would like to thank the people that it took to get here. Thank you to our community. Thank you for coming to all our sporting events, no matter how far away, and for supporting us on and off the field, court, or track. We would never have made it to this point if we didn't have the incredible Jeep Nation cheering us on. Thank you to our teachers and coaches. Thank you for pushing us to strive for our best in all that we do, for showing us that failure is okay, and for showing us that hard work really does pay off. Thank you to our friends and families. Thank you for sharing in all of our ups and downs, whether school-related or not. Without you, none of us would be the people who we are today. And looking at my class in front of me right now, I see some amazing people. Last but not least, I would like to thank the class of 2025. Thank you for all of the laughter and memories that will last a lifetime. From becoming the first 8th grade class in the junior-senior high school, to making history in our sports programs, to coming up with an almost perfect recreation of Shrek, I'd say we left a mark on Northeast DuBois. But again, this is not the end of the story, but the next chapter. Imagine for a second they have just climbed Mount Everest and you are standing at the top. And as you look for miles and miles around you, it hits you. You made it. Through the aching muscles, through the cold, through the lack of oxygen, you did it. I could have used the analogy of chasing rainbows to describe what we will pursue after our high school journey today. But people forget that when chasing a rainbow, the end does not exist and there is not a pot of gold. In the same way, they forget that chasing money and fortune is an endless and exhausting chase that can never give you the real, everlasting joy of serving others. So I chose a mountain because we are not going forth into the world to seek fortune only for ourselves, but to love and serve others. We took joy in the journey and we made it. And so, as we look over what feels like an infinite distance, let's find new mountains to climb. But for now, let's enjoy the view. Welcome to the top.
Now, when Cass thought of graduation, she pictured a mountain, but my mind jumped straight to the swamp. Hear me out. Shrek might just be one of the best metaphors for high school. Think about it. High school was our swamp. Messy, loud, unpredictable, and occasionally smelly. Like Shrek, we all started out wanting to be left alone in our own little groups. Freshman year, most of us were just trying to survive, avoid embarrassment, and not make waves. We kept our walls up, hiding behind sports, books, art, sarcasm, or just sheer quietness. But slowly, we started peeling back the layers, like onions. Yeah, I said it. We found our people. Maybe they were like Donkey, loud, loyal, and a little chaotic, but always there. Maybe they were like Fiona, strong, independent, and not afraid to be themselves. And maybe, just maybe, we realized that being our true selves wasn't such a scary thing after all. There were dragons to fight, also known as finals, AP tests, and the walk to the cafeteria for B-lunch. There were castles to storm, big moments like prom, sports championships, drama productions, band concerts, and every time we stood up for ourselves or someone else. And along the way, we discovered that we weren't the same people we were when we started. We've grown. We've changed. We've become braver, smarter, kinder, and maybe a little more ogreish in the best way. Unapologetically real. The biggest lesson Shrek teaches us is this: you don't need to be perfect to live a great story. You just need to be honest, be kind, and be willing to step out of your swamp when the time comes. That time, it's now. We're heading into a world full of unknowns. College, jobs, gap years, military, the terrifying freedoms of adulthood. But just like in the movies, the best adventures start when you leave what's familiar behind. So, class of 2025, let's write our own fairy tales Let's make our own happily ever afters. And when things get tough, just remember, you've already survived high school. You're braver than Lord Farquaad, smarter than Donkey, no offense, and definitely more stylish than Shrek. Congratulations, graduates. Go out there and live your story on your terms. Thank you.
Great job, guys. Seniors, you've had to listen to me talk to you for what feels like decades. I promise this is the last time, but we're going to go on a little journey back in time together. I want you to think about when we were at Du Bois Middle School in 7th grade. We went to school on one Friday, and you never went back. You never went back to the middle school. When you became 8th graders, I came up here with you. A lot of your teachers were new. We came up together. Do you remember the chaotic times that was, wearing masks, hybrid learning? I think some of our floors weren't even done, brand new classrooms. It seems like yesterday, but it also feels like a long time ago. Okay? Fast forward to 1 year ago. At your underclassmen awards, I stood here and I challenged you to grow together because it's going to go quick. I challenged you to grow together, support each other, and enjoy your senior year. That does seem like yesterday. Now I'm staring at you in your cap and gowns, getting ready to receive your diplomas as official graduates from Northeast Du Bois. So I challenged you at your underclassmen awards. Now let's fast forward to your senior year. 5 different times have I had to stand in front of you in student sections and tell you to calm down. We're going to rush the field or the court once the trophy's presented. And I challenge you to go back to that and remember that feeling. When you look back at the pictures, when you look back at the videos, it didn't matter who played the most. It didn't matter who scored the most. You guys embraced each other. And what special memories that was. I want to take a moment now, and I'd like you to hold your applause till the end. But I'd like to ask all military veterans, if you're a military veteran, I'd like to ask you to please stand, if you're able. Okay, as they're standing up, I'd like to ask Blake Ledlow, Morgan Brim, and Isaiah Freiberger to please stand. Blake and Morgan are planning to join the U.S. Army after graduation. Isaiah is joining the U.S. Navy. Thank you all for your service. I think let's give them one big round of applause. Thanks, guys. You may be seated. And finally, students, one last thing I want to talk about. This journey doesn't happen alone. I'd like to ask all teachers, coaches, any staff that have been a part of your educational journey since you started when you were 4 or 5 years old at Northeast Du Bois to please stand. Graduates, it's now your chance to applaud these people that have helped you along with your journey. Class of 2025, I couldn't be prouder. You've made this school a better place. This will always be your school. You're always welcome back. Once a Jeep, always a Jeep. Thanks. Okay, now the good stuff. It's now time to receive your diplomas. I will stand with Northeast Du Bois School Board President Kelly Canese, and we will present your diplomas. I'd like to introduce our senior class vice president, Bella Beckman, who will be presenting this class. Bella Elise Beckman.
First row, please stand. Hannah Marie Bachman. Noah Jacob Bachman. Colton Isaiah Baker. Landon Joseph Beck. Cody Glenn Bennett. Andrew Michael Beaker. Cam Christopher Beaker. Lathan Dustin Scott Breeding. Morgan Brim. Mackenzie Marie Gupta. Trace Michael Beekler. Madeline Renee Bergen. Grace Liberty Carr. Camden Lee Case. Kinsey Elaine Cave. Levi Preston Wayne Deal. Melissa Dunn. Akayla May Eichmiller. Ashton Ann Eichmiller. Owen Jacob Eichmiller. Isaiah Christopher Freiberger. Alexis Faith Furman. David Donald Gillespie. Mason Paul Gogol. Landon Willis Goller. Noah Sebastian Goller. Ava Karis Helming. Zachary Allen Hembry. Christian Lee Henke. Madeline Kanda Hughes. Emma Grace Johnson. Emerson Nicole Call. Rose Call. Leah Clawwitter. Jonah Derek Clem. Shelby Irish Klein. Allie Kirsten Canese. Caleb Dennis Lampert. Blake Thomas Ledlow. Raya Nicole Linney. Paxton Nicholas Merrier. Trevor Allen Merkel 9. Braxton Lee Mitchell. Emma Rose Mitchell. Evan Jean Mitchell. Jennings Scott Nyka. Melinda Kennedy Nordoff. Aveen Mary Catherine Rashi. Cassidy Takara Ryder. Devin Wayne Roach. Aiden Arthur Robinson. Madeline May Shepers. Lily Victoria Schnell. Drew Alexander Schraring.
Thank you.
Brandon Leroy Sykes. Kelsey Rose Sykes. Aiden Gerald Hastings Sheets. Abigail Grace Tower. Nigel Michael Shredder. Chloe May Van Pelt. Gavin Blaze Wagner. Jesse Andrew Zaire. Maya Sue Ziegler.
Okay, seniors, it is now time for your official confirmation as a graduate of Northeast DuBois Junior Senior High School. I will now turn the ceremony over to Superintendent Dr. Tara Rashi, who will confirm our graduating class.
Seniors, on behalf of the school board, I would like to congratulate you and your parents on all of your accomplishment throughout your years at Northeast DuBois. And we wish you many blessings in your future. Now, graduates, please stand to be confirmed. By the authority vested in me by the Indiana Department of Education and the Northeast DuBois School Board, and upon the recommendation from Mr. Chin and Mrs. Gooksell, that you have fulfilled all the requirements for graduation, it is an honor for me to confirm the Northeast DuBois class of 2025. Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may be seated. Finally, I am now proud to introduce our senior class treasurer, Kinsey Cave, who will close our ceremony this evening.
Let us bow our heads in prayer. Dear God, thank you for bringing us to this special day. We're grateful for all the memories we've made, the challenges we've overcame, and our families and teachers who are there to guide us. As we step into this next chapter, please give us the courage to try new things, the wisdom to make good choices, and the kindness to help others along the way. Help us remember all the support and love we've received, and inspire us to share that with everyone we meet. May your blessings remain with the class of 2025 today and always. Amen.
one last time. Congratulations, the Northeast Du Bois class of 2025.